So then we will go to something that many people, that is very simple actually, but confusing to many people, and we will end our session with that. So that will take some 20 minutes. So we will be winding up by around 9:30, if it is fine with all of you. So this is something interesting, right? Because this is something that will help us understand this for loop, while loop, conditional syndrome. So we will see three cases here. We will try to print patterns with asterisk, star. Then we will try to print patterns with alphabets. And then I will tell you how you can modify the patterns with alphabets examples that we saw to work with numbers. Because alphabets we have A to Z, 26 numbers. If you see capital, small, whatever you want, you can do. Whereas numbers, if you want to print patterns, single digits, you have only 0 to 9, and you have combinations of that. When you go for 2 digits, 3 digits, and all, only thing you have to additionally see is the spacing. So I will not be dealing with patterns with numbers, but I will tell you how you can modify the patterns with alphabets to work with numbers. So let's directly go to star. So I want, now I have like given a set of cases here. So you can be interactive in the chat, and you can directly tell me how you will try to implement that. Just put in 2 words how you will implement that. My first question is like take an input 10 and print n number of stars in a line. So how you will implement that? Just what will come inside that print? I want to print a star n times. So how you will implement that? Suppose my n is 10. So what is the best or most efficient, most Pythonic way to implement that? Okay, you might have seen this earlier. So my question is, if n is 3, yeah, right, Mukesh. If n is 3, I want to print 3 stars. If n is 5, I want to print 5 stars. So I can use this what star I will take as a string, and I can directly multiply it with whatever numbers I want. So I will get what I need to enter an n. Suppose I enter 10. So I'll get 10 stars, right? I hope this is clear to everyone, right? So because we will be using this continuously in all the remaining examples. So this is clear to everyone, right? We covered this in earlier session also. So I hope this is clear. OK, so now next task I give to you is you take an input 10 and you print n lines similar to this, right? Whether you will be able to do this. So corresponding to each line, that n lines, each line you want to have this. So if I enter 10, I need to have 10 lines with 10 stars each. How you will implement this? This is 10 into 10. 10 into 10, whether it will work. OK, we will see that also. OK, so the question is, if n is 3, I have to print 3 lines with 3 stars each. If n is 5, I need to print 5 lines with 5 stars each. Yeah, Mukesh, that will print, but whatever you showed 10 into 10, that will print like everything in a single line only. I want it to be split over 10 lines. So what I need to use a for loop. So I want to print each, if I give an input 5, I want to print 5 lines. Each line is having 5 stars. So this will be the basic of my further examples. So I'll be implementing a for loop similar to what we saw earlier. And similar to the previous example, in each line I will be printing star into n. So the string is star, that I will be printing n times. So I will be doing this from 0 to n minus 1. So I will get 10 lines. This code is clear, right? So this will ask me for an input. I enter 10. So this will give me 10 lines, each with 10 stars. Now my next question is, take an input 10 and print n lines, which each line having same number of stars at line number. So I am modifying this example such that if I have 10 lines, the first line I should have only 1 star, second line 2 stars, third line 3 stars. I hope you are going with me, right? Fourth line 4 stars, up to that. So similar to that, I will get a right angle triangle like this. So that is my question, right? So how you will you can modify this previous example that we saw here. Yeah, triangle kind of thing we want. So how I can modify just by doing 1 or 2 small changes in this for loop. Yeah, exactly, because you are right. So I can write earlier, if you will remember, I have put asterisks into n. So instead of that, if I put asterisks into I can get the line number. But as we know, the range function is indexed from 0. So but I want to from line number 1 I want. So I am giving a start argument as 1. So I want 10 lines. So I am going till n plus 1. So instead of n in the previous example, I will give I here. So what I'll get if I give 10, I'll get right. So this is the first kind of not trivial, non-trivial pattern that you made in this session, right? I hope if you are asked to make again this, you will be able to do this, right? Now suppose I want to change this. This is what left aligned, right? I want to change this to right aligned. So how I can do that? So my problem statement is the same. Only thing I want it to be right aligned. That is my 1 star should come here, 2 stars here, 3 star here, like that. So basically I am having a right angle triangle with the sides this. So I want to change it to sides this and this. So I want to have this half of the rectangle. So how to do that? Any guesses? You can give your guesses in the chat window. How to do that? Yeah, right. Spaces, right? So basically what I will do. So same as earlier case, my star into I remains constant, but I will add n minus I spaces before that. So I have a space and I will repeat it n minus I. So what is my value I can track? My n is 10. Then my initial value is 1. So first it will print 9 spaces and 1 star. Then second my I is 2. Then it will print 8 spaces and 2 stars. And when I is 3, it will print 7 spaces and 3 stars. You got the logic, right? So then what I will get? Enter 10. And I got same thing as earlier, but I got a right aligned pattern. Okay. Now let's see. You suppose my next task is you have this rectangle, made this rectangle. Now I want it to be ulta. First line I want 10 rectangles, same right aligned I will follow. First line I want 10, then 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 up to 1. So basically that is like mirroring it based on the x-axis. So I put a mirror here, and what I am seeing on the mirror is 10 stars here, 9 stars here, 8 stars. So how to do that? That also can be done with a single line change in this code, right? Can you just say? Yeah, right. So here what I will do. Here in the earlier case I had spaces I had n minus I and stars I had multiplied by I. So instead of that I need to change here my whatever multiplication factor for space and star. I just have to change it so that I will explain that also how this logic works. Right, we got the output. So what will happen to I here? So initially I is 1. So that time it will print 1 minus 1, 0 spaces and n minus I plus 1. That is 10 minus 1 plus 1. That is 10 stars, right? Then when I is 2, it will print 2 minus 1. That is 1 space and 9 stars, right? So this basically you have to think in mind what is the outcome that you want, because you can, I will share the notebook, you can go through that also. You can try additional patterns as well. Then suppose I go one level above. I want okay, let's say I want combine the two triangles that I made, right? The say earlier example I made a triangle, right aligned triangle. Then I made a left aligned triangle. So now I want to combine two triangles and to make something like a triangle like this. In the first line it will have center justified 1 star. In the second line it needs to have 2n plus 1, 2n minus 1. That is 3 stars, 5 stars like that. So that I will get a symmetric star which is center justified as compared to the left justified or right justified things that we saw. So how I can implement this? Yeah, similar to previous that we saw. Same way I can implement this also. Right. Because first thing when you see, you will think that you will need to use multiple for loops or multiple things. As you can see here, I have just modified my multipliers for space and star. So from the start, I am using the same code, only whatever value inside the range I am changing, and whatever multipliers for space and star I am changing for getting whatever output you want. So this is some skill that you will have to build up. Once you write more and more code, you will also, because I didn't get it right in the first try. When I make this notebook, I also had to do trial and error to find out what is the value for the multiplier here and here for this to work. So here we will start from I equal to 1. So what will happen here? So it will print n minus I. that is 10 minus, if my n is 10, then 9 spaces, then it will print 2 into I minus 1, that is 2 into 1 minus 1, 1 star, right? That will be my first line. Second line I equal to 2, so it will give 10 minus 2, 8 spaces, followed by 2 into I, 4 minus 1, 3 stars, right? So that way the multipliers are arranged here. So if I get again 10 here, so I hope this much is clear to you, right? Right. And again, we will play with 1 or 2 more ways. So now suppose same thing that we did earlier with the other case. I want this triangle to be facing downwards. Now it is facing upwards, right? So I just want to make it ulta. So same thing I will implement with the same code. As you can see, only the multipliers I have changed again in this case. Multipliers were n minus 1 and 2 into I minus 1 here. That I have changed, not changed, right? What I have changed? What I have changed compared to previous example? What our value inside range? Here inside the range, I had 1 to n plus 1. That I have changed to n0 minus 1, right? So this will work again the same way if I enter 10. So as you can see, just by manipulating the value inside the range and the 2 multipliers, I am able to get a variety of patterns. So basically how it will work, suppose I equal to n first. So then n minus n0, so no spaces, then 2 into n minus 1, that is 20 minus 1, 19, so 19 stars. So finally it will go till 1 it will go, right? Since I have asked it to terminate at 0, final case will be 1. So in that case it will be 10 minus 1, 9 spaces, followed by 2 into 1 minus 1, 1 star, right? This is also clear, right? Then now my next task is, I had 2 triangles, one facing upwards, one facing downwards. Then I will try to merge these 2. So this, as you can see, like, right, if it is 3, I want to merge the upper and lower one. If it is 5, I want to merge the upper and lower one. So this I need to like make use of 2 for statements, right? It is it is not like worthy to simplify it further. I will show it why it is. So I just copy paste my earlier 2 for loops and I print it one by one. Then I will get that one triangle facing upwards and one triangle facing downwards, right? Clear, right? Same code that we did earlier for individual triangles. I have just put it one by one. Now, as you can see, one question that can come to your mind is for 2 for loops necessary here? Can I implement it using a single for loop? That is actually possible, and I have done it here, but I will not be covering that. You can just go through how I have implemented that. Basically, whatever is required, we have covered in earlier if else and all. So same way you can try to manually trace over this. So how I converted from that single 2 for loops to a single for loop. This thing you can do when you go through the notebook. Then suppose I want to merge the same example, same triangles other way, so that I get something like a hourglass pattern, right? Then what I have to do, just the order of the 2 for loops I had, just if I change that order, then I will get this, right? So how many patterns you made? Just with a single for loop, you were able to make like some 9 kind of patterns, right? So I think with this you can make any number of patterns, any kind of patterns with anything, special characters, numbers, alphabets. But just for clarity's sake or completeness sake, I will go through alphabets also. It will be similar to this, but there are some things like I need to have like what? When I want to make with alphabets, I want to have something, a list or a string that is having my values from A to Z, either smaller case or lower case. So for that I have 2 options. Like in this case, I just wanted to print stars, so I can directly put it in star itself. Now suppose I want to print a single alphabets, I can replace the star by A or B or something. So suppose I want to use the multiple alphabets from the list, then I need to have a list something that will have all the English alphabets from A to Z. So that I have 2 options for that. One is to make a list of alphabets. There is already a built-in function called string library, from which you can directly call string.ascii.lowercase or string.ascii underscore uppercase, which will directly return you if you run that it will give you a string which contains all the uppercase or lowercase characters from A to Z. So you can directly use that. One second option is like you can work with ORD and CHR. I have given a link here. You can go through to see how you are using that. So we will not be covering that in this session. Maybe in some other doubt clearing session we can cover that if somebody is interested. So I'll be using option 1 only in the following examples. So we will be seeing similar to our string pattern examples, that star pattern. We will be seeing for alphabets also. Similar kind of patterns we will see how we can make with stars. So now my first task is print alphabets with each line containing letters repeated as many times as the line number. Right. So first line I want to have 1A. Second line I want to have 2 B's. Third line I have to want to have 3 C's. Fourth line I have to want 4 D's. That kind of way. So same way as we did for with the thing. As you can see, I need to have a multiplier for the line number, right? So for that earlier I had the use the n value, so that I could have used directly. But here I am having alphabets A to Z, but I don't have a number with which I need to multiply for line number. So to get that, I am using the enumerate that we saw earlier. So I will be getting an index and the alphabet at that index. So this will return me like 0A, 1B, 2C, 3D like that. Then I am printing the alphabet index plus 1 times. So that A will be printed 1 time, B will be printed 2 times, that kind of way, right? Let's run this. So I think I need not explain this further, right? Since we already saw how this works and all for the star example. So this will print from A to Z, same way that stars got printed, corresponding to maybe n is equal to 26. Instead of stars, each line is having particular letters. Now my second task to you is, I want the same thing, but I want to, what if it is greater than 26? So let's see. So what I have used here is string.ascii.lowercase. So alphabets are only maybe 26, right? A to Z and capitals A to Z and lowercase A to Z. So that case, since I am using string ASCII.lowercase, it will be 26 only. Now suppose I am having something extra here. That will, if my size is limited at 26, that 26 will be printed. If I am having 30 elements, that 30 elements will get printed if it is a printable character. Like I am having 26 characters followed by a 0, 1, 2, 3 in my thing. Then again, this enumerate will give after 27 it will give 0. After 28 it will give 1, 29. So again after the Z line, those will come. Right, 0 will come 27 times, 1 will come 28 times. That kind of way the loop will proceed. As long as there is some valid thing in the whatever iterator that you have passed here. Right, clear, right? Vikas? Okay, now I want to start with set. So similar to whatever we saw earlier, I am going. So in this case, same string.ascii case I have used, but I have iterated it in the ulta, like -1 I have used for the step, so that my string will be starting from set and it will be counting down to A, and I am printing it same as earlier case index times. So that will give me set to A with set 1 time, Y 2 time like that. Now suppose I want to, in each line I want to print something else. Print each line containing first line one I want AB, second line A I want A, second line I want AB, third line I want ABC. So in that case, similar to our stars, in this case what I will do for I in range n, each line I will print ASCII lowercase characters from 0 up to ith character. So when I is 0, I will print nothing, right? So I want it to print till 10 characters. So first line, if you see, I have a space here. That's because for 0, this is 0, start index is 0, end index is 0. So it will not print anything. So it will be a dummy space. So ideally, if I want from A, from first line, I should have 1 here. And then if I want 10, then I should have correspondingly n plus 1 here. This same as what we saw earlier. Then if I give again 10, first line A will come. So distinct characters, first line A, second line AB. So we will see, and we will stop with maybe that. So now let's say how print n lines each. Suppose, and now I am printing from the A, starting with A. Now similar line I want to print, similar case, but I want to end all these lines at Z. So this line I want Z, this line I want YZ, this line I want XYZ, that kind of way. Then how I will implement that? As you can see, the range value I have kept the same, maybe 1 to n or 1 to n, same I can keep 1 to n plus 1. And then I am printing n minus I spaces, and I want it to be right aligned as well, so that I can maybe appreciate it, right? So both cases examples we merge. So as you can see, like we can start from n itself here, since we have turned the loops that way. So first line will be Z, second line YZ, that way. This example is clear, right? Same as the what we did for stars. I am just printing it right aligned, and instead of starting from A, I am printing that many characters which are ending with Z. Then same similar kind of thing. One other variation we can see. Here we will be printing ulta of this, right? Maybe like similar to a mirror of this, which is right aligned as well. So that also similar to our star example, same way only I implemented n minus I spaces followed by lowercase I onwards I am printing, and -1 I am using in step. So that will go down till A, right? Then suppose similar way I want to start with Z as well. So that same way I can implement something that is left aligned, starting with Z. So same all combinations we have seen, starting with A, starting with Z, ending with A, ending with Z. So all 4 combinations. So these 4 combinations, now we will just to see how we can implement patterns similar to triangles that we saw earlier, right? So now suppose I want to print a pattern like this. Like first line I want to print A, second line I want to print BAB, third line I want to print CAB, CABC, like that. So as you can see, A, if you see symmetrically, I will have A at this position, B at this position and this position, C at this third and fourth, and this is like central line. So same thing I can do with a single line of code similar to our star example. I will not be going through this in details. You can compare and contrast with our string example, and you can revert back in case you have any doubts. So this will again print me this pattern. And similarly, same ulta case, similar to this one more pattern that I will see. So suppose I want like my envelope to be A, and inside that I want another B to be my second envelope, C to be third envelope. Like I want to, instead of having A on the middle, I want to have A on the both ends, and like that go. So that kind of thing, if I want, I can implement it again using it. So as you can see, all these string cases. Okay, I had a mistake there. Okay. So all these cases we implement with a single for loop, right? So that is the beauty of this thing. With a single for loop, you can handle all the cases. You can practice with this notebook. Then I will just tell how you can. I am not covering this pattern, how you can do with numbers. The same as alphabet, only 2 changes you have to do. One is the ranges that we did inside the enumerate. We had that ASCII string dot ASCII lowercase there. Instead of that, you had to put range of 10 if you want to print number sequences from 0 to 9, and the range you have to put appropriately if you want to increase or decrease. Then here we had put like alphabet into that. Now that multiplication thing is applicable only for alphabets. If I put a number here and then multiply, it will go for numeric addition. So I have to explicitly typecast here and tell it that it is a number. To avoid confusion, I will rename it as number here. Okay. Again, same way, I will get a pattern of similar to what we did for alphabet, same code, only that two parts I have changed. Here I have replaced it by range, and this part I have replaced this. So basically, next sessions we will be seeing functions. You can go through these portions as a precursor. So one is the type of built-in functions in Python. These commands will tell you what are all the built-in objects, and the second command will tell you what are the built-in functions. And we saw this third function in the first session. So you can just browse through this and the first session as well. So you can refresh that and keep. In the next session, we will be covering functions, scope of variables, built-in functions, enumerate, zip, map, filter, reduce, etc. Function arguments are KWRs, recursive functions. Lambda functions we will not be covering as we covered it in the earlier session. It is already available in a video. So I hope we can wind up the session here. You can go through the notebook. If you have any doubts now, you can ask now. Otherwise, we will be having doubt clearing sessions. So that time you can ask. You can go through the notebook and try out all the examples. So that's all. Thank you. I'll be stop the screen sharing. So thank you all for attending. I think we had a 1.5 hour session, long session, but I think I could convey my message to you. Okay, other sessions link I have given in the WhatsApp group. I'll be posting an upgrade form also, it's available. So okay, we'll be winding up the session. You can message in the WhatsApp group if anything else is required. So good night to all. So we'll be winding up the session. Thank you all. Thank you for your patient listening, and see you all next week. Yeah, thank you, Mukesh. See you all next week. Yeah.